7 o'clock. The sea comes to feed. She feeds on the rock of the cliff and drinks from the stream and slips back over the shingle sands and slips back over the shingle sands to feed on the rock of the cliff. The sea is lapping against the cliff, and under the water the soft foot stomachs are feeding in the green, salt green. The limpets, rasping the seaweed spallings from the rock while the tide is high, in the blue, salt blue. And the old stingwinkle, a cannibal snail, ivory with age, drags herself over the rocks on her stomach, looking for her prey, climbs aboard a purple top shell and begins to drill in the green, salt green. And the town yawns and comes downstairs and eats its cornflakes. On the tables in 1,000 houses, the breakfast cockerel crows with the milk and the newspapers. But at the guest house, the tables are laid and there's grapefruit on the menu, and the old stingwinkle is charging us extra for it. She's cleaning off every penny she can. She's so jolly. Comes from Birmingham. Almost a cannibal. The tourists come from Birmingham. Down in the depths, the old stingwinkle is drilling the purple top shell, making the first circular scar, cutting the first crescents of mother of pearl in the pretty thing. And if in the end you feel like an empty shell, you'll know why. 8 o'clock. Up on the hill, another monster comes to life. Old Yellowbelly, coughing and spluttering the cement mixer, and concrete eats another acre. Retiring people, hungry for sea views, bite into the landscape with bungalows. Greedy to feast their eyes on the sea, chew into the skyline with boxes of picture windows, spreading them around the perimeter of the town, on all the high vantage places, the windows winking obscenely in the light of the sun. And behind the double glazing, the old eyes stare from the comfort of their tapestry armchair, unaware of what they've done, blissfully unaware. They gaze in wonder at all that water, stare at the wonder of all that ocean. And the old stingwinkle is drilling the purple top shell. 9 o'clock. Round the harbour, gulls and women. The gulls, women for cackling, the women, gulls for gossip. Screaming the morning scandal, half digested, fight over a smelly titbit. You must have heard them. Another party. 2 in the morning, couples all over the floor. Orgy. More women come flapping. See her, she has the guts in her beak screams. The policeman saw them. 20 unblinking golden eyes, 10 beaks poised to peck, making love by the dustbins. Coarse cackle over the town, Scavenging gulls enjoy the dustbins, not a stitch on. The bugger! And up they go. Grey wings whirling, white wings flapping, wheeling and screaming over the town. Grey and white, white and grey, leaving their droppings on the roofs. And the women flap, flap to the shops, hungry for an audience. From up here, gliding and sliding on currents of air, things look different. You can see the town spread out like a map, and people are rather reduced in size. In a house down there lives the bugger. This morning, playing Dylan, he empties his ashtrays. Playing Dylan, he collects up the bottles in a sweet sick haze. At 11:30, a shambling wreck of himself, endlessly drinking black coffee and dreaming of how they made love on the grass hanky in the backyard with the honeysuckle under the moon. All day, in his window, overlooking the bay, an artist paints simple geometry, drinks sake and nibbles stale saffron buns. Outside, the sea does the dance of 1,000 sequined suns and rocks red rubber dinghies in the harbour's arms. But he, the artist, dare not look. She, like a mad tashist, paints the whole bay with great splashes of ice blue and indigo. But he, the artist, dare not look. And in the deep dark, by Smeaton's pier, she pours great pools of hooker's green. But he, the artist, has not seen. He stands, a starving man, in the bell mouth of a horn of plenty, with his back to all its riches. The sea sings in his ears. She's caked his hair with salt spray, but he feasts his eyes on a single grey square. On Smeaton's pier, a visitor in a white Panama sets up his easel. And Dad says, "Look, our kid's an artist." And they all go home to tea with the stingwinkle. They all go home to tea.
Pay attention to your applause, Bob. I've never heard that before. It is absolutely masterly.
Most of you are too young to have been there at the time. I'm not, I was. And Bob has captured the extraordinary tension within that glorious community to absolute perfection. I take off my poet's hat to you, my dear friend.
Yeah, we'll do.